for some reason. All right, welcome back to my channel. And this is Ladybug, and we are working on the angel. Now, the good thing is that we did finish the leopard. Got that done. And so now we're trying to work on the angel and see if we can try to get this one done. All right, let me push this down a little bit. Oh, excuse me. I ate a piece of cheese Danish this morning, and it's giving me a little bit of indigestion. So you'll have to excuse my burps. Yeah. There we go. I have this in case I need it. Alright, there we go. Anyhow, so like I said before earlier, so I'm gonna have to repeat myself. I had a doctor's appointment, went to the doctor, and got that all squared away. Renewed my prescriptions, and he was checking my breathing and found that I was congested. And so he's put me on a 10-day thing of antibiotics. Whoop. And then he upped the dose on my anti-anxiety pill. So I asked him to up the dosage on it because it just didn't seem to be working. So I am continuously, when I go to bed at night, I'm continuously grinding and gritting my teeth, because of the anxiety. And so I end up with lots and lots of headaches because of that. And so that's why I asked him to up the dosage just a little bit. Just readjust it. So instead of taking 30 milligrams, he's upped me to 40. I take, is it 40? Yeah, it's 40. I take 30 in the evening, at night, and then I take another one, 10, in the mornings. He split it up, so that's fine. Hopefully that'll help with the anxiety. That's why I have such difficulty focusing on things. And so anyway, it's funny. I never developed anxiety until, about 10 years ago. And why, I do not know. I just suddenly started having problems with anxiety. And I think it was a combination. I think it was my job mostly that I was working, because the type of job that I was doing, you can burn out really, really quick. And it does cause you to have quite a bit of anxiety. Yeah, it used to be that if anything at all went wrong, doesn't matter what it was, right? It was always the guard's fault. And in that type of work environment, right, you do develop some anxiety. And I'd been doing that particular job for about 14 years. And the longer I did it, the worse the anxiety got. So I finally, the doctor I had started, gave me some, something for the anxiety. I can't even remember what it was originally. But anyhow, and then they changed me to the one I've got now a couple of years ago. And it seemed to work for a while. Now it's gotten where it doesn't want to, it's not doing its job. Okay? So they upped the ante a little bit, which is fine. Alrighty, did we get all the peas? Looks like it. Okay. Yeah, right in here's got a lot of confetti as well. But I tell you what, I didn't think I was ever going to finish that leopard. I'm telling you. I worked on it last night while Miss Bell, Miss Southern Belle, she had a pop-up live last night. And so I sat there on there listening for about an hour and a half or so and worked on the leopard. Didn't make a whole lot of comments, but I commented here and there. But I didn't think I was ever going to finish it. But anyway, I finished it like, I don't know, I finished it about 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, whatever. And I tried to do a video on it, and the video camera wasn't cooperating. Number 15. It's the J's. This is kind of like a light orange almost. See? It's like a pale, almost like a skin tone almost. Yeah. And so anyway, so we finished that. And now we're going to try to work on this for a real long time. And see if we can get this one done too before March the 1st. Do you think I can do it? I don't know. Maybe. And so anyway, get in there. And so we're going to give it our best shot. Let's put it that way. And it's funny, we got K's right here, and then we got X's here. And they got the K's and the X's right next to each other. Here, let me show you. Get in real close. Alright, there's the X's and the K's together. Yeah, and they got some more over here. So anyhow, that is how they're doing it. So anyway. But right now, I'm after the J's. Yeah. And so anyhow, let's see. I'm going to try to bring this down a little bit more. That way it's just barely here. And so anyhow. Yeah, they were talking about the other events coming up. We got one, I think it's from May. It's for the gnomes, I think. And then knocking you all over the place. Sorry about that. knocking you all over the place. Let's see what we got here in my planner. Let's see. All right, this is January, February. See, I completed the Christmas barn. See here, finished, completed. Got that wrote in. And then the March event is on the 1st. And it's supposed to, I think we're going to try to do it live with KY Philly. And that's the red covered bridge. Now, if you don't have the Diamond Art Club one and you want to join us, and you have one that's similar and say it's a budget friendly, you're more than welcome to join us. If it has, water with a dock on it, a beach scene with a boat, anything, if you want to join us, please. I'm not picky, And then there's an event for, I think it was for March. Oh, it's supposed to have been this month. Yeah, it's for March, and it's for gnomes. And the event is put on by Star and Sherry. And then you got April is an Easter event. I'm not sure what that's all about. I guess Easter eggs or anything to do with Easter. And then on May, they have what's called May the 4th. Okay, and it's Star Wars. And that's coming in May. Okay. And then hold on. I don't have anything wrote in for June or July. So I'll have to find out what the rest of the events are. But March is, we're going to do the event. I think I'm going to try to do it live, okay? And on StreamYard. And I can't promise because I'm not very good at this. I've never done a live, so we are going to give it our best shot, okay? And I'm not exactly sure of the time because it is on a Sunday, and I need to figure out a time after Stars Live, because Stars Live on that day as well. So I'll have to find out what time her event, her live ends, and then the way I can come in behind her. Okay, so I'm going to have to let you know. Okay? Alrighty. Well, listen, we're going to get back to what we're doing. You like my turtle? Anyhow, let's finish these up. But yeah, so we got several events coming up. But yeah, if you got anything to do with water, because a bridge is over water, But if you've got a budget friendly that, that it has a bridge in it, use it. Come and join us. We'd love to have you. I think Miss Bell, I think she's got one picked out, and I think it's like a sailboat harbor kind of thing. I think that she's going to do that one. And then Sherry's going to do the covered bridge, well, like I am. And then I don't know if Star's going to join us or not. I don't know. Cause she's got her hands full as usual. She's very, very busy. So we're going to give it a shot and try. And I'm going to aim for like maybe a 2-hour live, I think, is what I'm going to aim for. And so if you want to join us, pick out a theme that has something to do with water, and join us, You could even do a lighthouse if that's what you want to do. You know, because I am not picky, and I'm not stinging on rules. I'm very fluid, shall we say. Yeah, this is my first event. Okay, it's my first event and my first live. So, wish me luck, you know. Hmm. We're not that far from it. Yeah, I finished up kitting up the covered bridge the other night. I watched a movie and proceeded to kit up the covered bridge. The Diamond Art Club was the red covered bridge. I kitted that up, got that all done. So we're ready to go, I think. And then I got the edges taped off. I forgot to do it on this one. And I don't like it because it's got all that yuck on it. And so I'll probably trim this one off. Anyhow, and so I got that done. And so we're ready to go. You know. Yeah, I was trying to explain to my doctor what diamond painting was because he'd never heard of it. He said, never heard of it. I said, yeah. I said, it's real, real popular. And I said, yeah. And we were talking about, me having a, a channel and that I'd been doing it for about a year. Well, actually, it's in a little over a year, actually. But, and told him I had almost 300 subscribers. And he goes, really? And I said, yeah. So, anyhow, yeah, me and my daughter, we were talking about that with him as he was going through my meds and talking about my meds and stuff. And he was really hard to try to explain to him what a diamond painting was. Uh, it's easy to see it, say that this is what it is. But when you're trying to verbally explain what you do with a diamond painting, um, we really had a hard time explaining it. But anyway. And I was telling you, I do that, and it helps with your anxiety. It helps with your depression if you're depressed or you're lonely or whatever. So doing diamond painting does kind of help the situation. And he goes, really? And I said, yeah. Yeah. So he's probably going to check it out and say, oh, I got to look into this now. Because it being pertaining to mental health and all of that. He said, yeah, that's a good idea. So, and I bet you he's going to look into it, you know. But because I had a change in my medication, um, I have to see him again in like 6 weeks. So, it is what it is. But I like him. He's pretty cool. I can't remember. I can't remember his last name, but his first name is Juan. And so we just call him Dr. Juan. You know. And he has I think he's got a Hispanic last name. And again, it could be Italian. I don't know. Anyhow, It's just hard to pronounce, so I just call him Dr. Juan, because his first name is Juan. But that's okay. Yeah, I listened to President Trump at his press conference, and he was talking about um, was it Black History Month, and he was, you know, recognizing people that have done a lot for the black community, and you know, acknowledging some of the people that he's had the opportunity to help, and he, you know, through his some of his programs, he was actually able to help this one lady. She is the owner and operator of a place called Hebrews 11:1. Okay, and anyway, it was a small business to start out, and now she, because of a lot of the things that President Trump has done, he has made it possible for her to expand her business from one little location and one employee, okay, to two locations now, and which is really awesome. I'm not sure where that's her store is at. I don't know, but she named it Hebrews 11:1 for the scripture in the Bible. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? And so anyway, so now she has two locations. She has two locations for her store, which I thought was pretty cool. And so anyhow, so I listened to that today. I usually try to avoid the politics, but I decided, well, I'm going to listen to that speech and just out of curiosity. And it was pretty good. It was not bad. He did a lot of accommodations for, you know, the black community, and you know, a lot of the people that have helped their community, which I thought was pretty neat. Alrighty, looks like we got all the J's. Yeah. Alright, we're done with that one. And so, yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to do the next one. I think I'm going to do is the K's. I think. There's a lot of K's on there. Let's see. K is number 16. No, 16. And then what I did is because I didn't get to bed until, I don't know, it was about 5 o'clock this morning. And I had to be up at 6:30. So I got maybe an hour's worth of sleep, maybe. And so anyway. And so when we got home, I had a cup of tea. I ate me a little Danish. And then I went back to bed. I said, Shh, I'm going back to bed. I'm tired. And so that's what I did. And I slept for, I don't know, about 3 hours, I guess. Something like that. And um, got up and did some other stuff. And I decided to go ahead and get this video out. And I'll show you the leopard. All right. because I did finish it. And I actually finished it on video. Unfortunately, I didn't realize until the last minute, until it was almost done, that I had forgotten to kick up the volume on my camera, on my cell phone. So you couldn't hear anything. So, oh well, it is what it is. So that's why I had to start all over again. But that's alright. And so anyway, let's see, we got 25 minutes in. Okay, we're good. And so anyway, we were going to go to Hobby Lobby and Michael's, but unfortunately, she didn't get to bed until almost, it was like a little after 4 when my daughter got to bed. And then I didn't get into bed until about 5. And then I had to get back up at 6:30 in order to get a shower in and get dressed and all that other good stuff. So anyhow, so I got maybe an hour's worth of sleep if that. So there we go. Yeah, the only thing with diamond painting, the squares, is you have to really concentrate on how you lay them, because if you don't, you end up with squiggly lines everywhere. And then you have to go back and and straighten them all out. You know. So that's why I take my time on doing it this way. That way I don't have to go back and start constantly straighten them all out. Or at least not a major issue anyway. So, yeah, somebody was asking on the chat the other night, which we prefer, the rounds or the squares. And honestly, I really don't have a preference, not anymore. I've gotten pretty good at doing the squares, so, I can do either one. It doesn't really matter. I know the squares take a little extra time, but because I guess I'm OCD or whatever. I'm real picky about how they lay. So anyhow, and so there we go. I think every time I move my hand to put these drills back in, they keep bumping the camera. Yeah. Goodness. Okay, what are we going to do next? Let's see. How about let's do the X's. Yeah, get those out of the way. X is number 18. Let's see. There's 18. There it is. Yeah, those are more kind of almost like what we used to call mauve. Almost a mauve color. Yeah. Sitting right there. Fill out. And, but yeah, we finally finished that leopard. I tell you what, I was getting to the point I didn't think I was ever going to get that thing done. Because there's just so much confetti in it. And I had that last 6-inch square that was just like nothing but confetti. And I'm going, oh my goodness. So it did take a while. But we finally finished it up this afternoon. We got that out of our hair. So I'm going to take and seal it and find a place to hang it. I may hang it out in the hallway too. I'm running out of wall space. Yep. Oh, goodness. And okay, I think I got the exits. Yeah, there I got them all. Nope, there's one right there. Right there. Is there any mail? Oh, I thought you did. No. Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, here we go. We're done here. And then, what else? L? Let's do L. How we do? We got 30 minutes in. Okay. Let's do letter L, number 17. Yeah, it's a little bit darker of a pink. Yeah. Come on. And so anyway, so I hope everybody else had a good day today. You know, I slept most of the day away, but that's all right. I'll be up all most of the night. I usually am. And so, yeah, we got to go pick up my prescriptions tomorrow, I think. Yeah, I was going to do it today, but it's getting, what is it, almost 6 o'clock, 5:45. So, I think we'll put it off and go get them tomorrow. Yeah. Anyhow, so I think we're going to finish these up, and then I think we're going to wrap this up. I'll show you the leopard before I go off, and whatnot. Yeah, it was pretty croupy this morning. I was all congested, hard to breathe, and whatnot. Nope, I don't see any more. Hmm. This one away, and I tell you what, we'll do the ends, and then we'll wrap it up. How about that? All right, here we go. Let's do N, which is 19. Wrong direction. 19. Now this is all pink, just varying shades of pink, basically. There we go. And I don't know what we're going to have for dinner yet. I'm sure we'll figure out something. like I said, we was going to go to Michael's and Hobby Lobby, but because we were so tired, neither one of us had gotten any sleep, we decided to put it off until the next time around. Yeah, I gotta, I gotta go to the post office and stuff this next time I get paid, and so I got some stuff I want to put in the mail. And so I think we'll go to Hobby Lobby and stuff then. To me, that sounds like a winner. All right, we're done with the ends. That was quick. All righty. Yeah, my grandson, he said him and his girlfriend, they went out to, I don't know, they were off doing something. And anyhow, they decided to stop for lunch. And so they stopped at a Denny's restaurant. And he said, boy, they have pretty good hamburgers. And I go, yeah, okay. I hadn't been to a Denny's in years. Last time I went to a Denny's, we were still living in Florida. So, anyhow, let me move this out of the way. But he did. He said they had some pretty good hamburgers. I said, oh, okay. All right, we'll have this. Gimme. There, I keep that sheet on. Even though I've got the release papers on it, I still use the plastic sheeting. Okay, there we go. Now, this is the leopard that I finished. Okay, isn't that gorgeous? How you like that, huh? And what this is, it's a 40 by 40. So round drills. And see how shiny it is? It's really shiny. And it turned out really pretty. So what I plan on doing is taking and sealing it. I'm going to roll it and seal it, and then I think I'm going to hang it up. Yeah. And I'll pull this tape and stuff off. And I might even paint around it and paint it black all the way around after I seal it. And that way it looks like it has a frame. Isn't it pretty? I like that. Okay, well, listen, we're going to get off here. So you take care. Take care of each other. God bless you. Don't forget Jesus loves you. And to love one another as he loves you. And we will see you on the next one, okay? All righty. Bye-bye.